don't even know I'm a flex. That nigga running for change. You play with my shooters, they put fire to you and put one in your neck. I do this shit cause I'm next.
Yo, what to do, YouTube? It's your boy Fred Mill G, man, and I'm back, man. It's been crazy because I've been a lot busy and just living life, man, because I didn't know if I really want to do this YouTube shit for real, but I'm gonna take this shit a lot more serious because this is something that I want to do. It's a dream of mine, and I don't want to keep sitting back and just like, man, I really could have did it, so why not now? But I'm here to tell y'all boys a story time about the day my daughter was born. It's gonna be in the title and the thumbnail, but yeah, the day my daughter was born was probably one of the craziest events that I can never forget because I was jumped the day before, then the day later I had my daughter, so it's like you can never forget that. But like I said, one of the best days ever because I feel like I can finally break the cycle. I'm going to break it because in my family, fathers aren't really active in their kids' lives. Like my dad wasn't there for me. I went majority of my life without a father figure, man. Like my stepdad was there, but he couldn't really feel the hole that my dad was supposed to feel because, you know, at the time, like if you don't know, I'm named after my dad. So that's big because I was named after my father and my father wasn't there. So I hated my name. I real life still kind of do to this day. I hated my name because it's like, why am I carrying somebody's legacy who really didn't give a fuck about me? Like, why am I doing this? Because been lied to all my life, wasn't really there for me, like didn't want to do nothing right. So it's just, I had to hold that way. But let me get into the story time. Yeah, my daughter being born was one of the craziest days I can't forget. I mentioned me being jumped, and labor was like 13 hours. We was there for a long time. She didn't scream or nothing, but we was there for a long time because how the labor process works. The baby has to be a certain amount of milliliters down to start the process. So we was waiting on that process. Then the midwives will constantly come through, make sure we're okay, make sure we have food, make sure all of that. So it's like that. Because it's kind of crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's hard to explain, but I'm going to try my hardest to explain it because I want y'all to know about it. Because just in case y'all feel to go through the same experience, y'all can always click back and be like, man, he told us. Because going through labor is probably funny. It's not funny, but it kind of was at the back of my mind because all we were doing was talking. Like, we was talking, planning shit out, thinking about what we're gonna do with the baby and how we're gonna move on, like carry on, make sure she's straight, make sure she has everything. Like, cause I really, really want to take this leap into fatherhood. Cause I've like, in me being a kid, I always wanted a lot of kids because I just love kids. I never knew why, but I just love kids, and having my own kid is just probably one of the most loving things ever. Like, so yeah, like we're in a hospital. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, we was playing intense games of tic-tac-toe. We was watching movies together. We was just doing everything together, just waiting for, my daughter's name is Nala. The Nala to come down, like a certain amount of milliliters so they can start the process. So as she's coming down, like we're just, like, crazy thing is she had an epidural. If you don't know what that is, it's like when they put a needle in your back in the fluid to numb the pain. So she had an epidural, so she really couldn't really feel the pain or anything. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, hospital food, depending on what hospital you go to, got some good food because they had some good wings. I'm not gonna lie to you, those wings was kind of, I don't know why them wings was good as hell. Like them hot wings with that ranch, just don't know why they was good. And she was eating the stuff that they prescribed her, so it was like kind of sucked. But yeah, so yeah, when it sucked, and so we just chilling around, and I hope they're watching this because that couch bed that y'all gave me was kind of the most uncomfortable shit I ever slept on because I did say I got jumped. My shoulder was messed up, my collarbone was messed up, and I had a rib fracture on my left side. So it was like I couldn't really sleep for real. So I had to sit up in a rocking chair and make sure everything was okay. Like, that was just so funny because I just was mad, but I was just letting the thought of my daughter be born just knocked the pain away. But yeah, so we're gonna get into it. So yeah, January 23rd at 3:10, it was my mother and her mother, and we was all in the room just talking. Like, we was laughing, talking about the baby and how she gonna act and who she gonna look like and what are we gonna do with her and shit. So it's like, in the middle of us talking, like, I can have my mother verify this for y'all, or her mother or her verify for y'all. A baby, I heard a baby crying. Like the nurse wasn't there or nothing. I heard a baby crying. I'm like, y'all don't hear that? They say, hear what? I said, a baby's crying. Like, I real life hear a baby crying. And they started laughing at me, saying, you crazy. That's probably that father instance kicking in. So the midwife wasn't there. We had to call her, but so they said, just look and see. So I lifted up the apron and I see my daughter's head like already right there. Like, her head is already right there at the bottom. So I had to run and press the button, bring the midwife in. Then as the time, like, she came in, she called everybody in. Then just by the time they tried to do it, Nala already came out. Like, my daughter came out on her own. Like, that was kind of, it wasn't really like, most people be like, it's weird and they faint. But for me, I just like, I took it as joy because my daughter came and they let me cut the cord. I cut her cord and I was able to stamp her feet. I was able to do a lot. They let me wash her up. They let me put her first diaper on. They let me feed her first. I held her first. Like, I was just like, it was love at first sight because I was able to experience that. Because I understand I'm gonna experience it again because I do have another kid, but I'm gonna talk about that in another video. So like, when I was able to experience that, I'm not gonna lie, I got very emotional because I was able to see my daughter. Like, she didn't really open her eyes until like the next day, but I was able to see her. And by the thumbnail and the way I held her, like, I was so emotional just talking to her because it's my daughter. I love her so much, and I don't want nothing to ever happen to her. Like, around, like, when I'm around, I'm not gonna lie, I did cry when they gave her shots because the first time hearing my daughter cry kind of broke my heart because her crying just, it triggered me. Like, when you're a father, you get that instinct. Like, when your kid is crying, like, it triggers you because it's like, I'm here to protect you. I'm here to love you forever. I'm here to do all that for you. So after that happened, they gave me back to her. And I gave her to my girl. I let my girl hold her, you know. She was emotional too because we love our kids to death, man. Like, we love our kids. Like part 2, I'm going to get more in depth into it. And I'm gonna drop that Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna drop part 2 Friday. But I'm gonna keep on going to the story. So she's holding her, like doing skin to skin. You just let the baby lay on your skin so they can get your scent. That's something I say. I highly recommend you do that because your daughter will pick up on your scent after the first day because she knew who her mother was. She knew who her father was after that. But yeah. Still kind of crazy. I'm trying to explain it because it's kind of hard to explain, but it's not because I don't really talk about it as much. Like, I would love to talk about it more, but yeah, I don't really talk about it as much. And after that, the midwife came. Like, we was with her doing everything. They didn't take, like how you see on movies and stuff, they take the babies away. They never did that. They did everything in front of us because I'm Papa Bear. My baby ain't going nowhere without me, you know. Wherever I go, she go. So they did everything in front of us because I didn't want my daughter to leave my sight and something happened. That's how much overprotective I was with my daughter. I still am kind of overprotective, but I don't want to be too overprotective. So I'm just allowing everything to happen, being patient, just playing with her. And then I'll never forget when she first opened her eyes at me. Like, she looked at me for the first time and smiled. It's just like she already knew who I was and she already knew what she was expecting out. Like, anything and everything she wants, she can get from me. So, depending how I feel, I might drop the pictures, like put the pictures in the video. because her first outfit, she had on a butterfly outfit. Then me being me, I got her Nike outfits, I got her Jordan outfits, I got her Adidas jumpsuits. Like, that's the type of dad I was. She had a butterfly outfit, then we changed it to the Nike outfit I bought her. And if I remember to put the picture, I will put the picture up right here with my daughter in her Nike outfit. Yeah, I got her. So yeah, like I said, we stayed in the hospital for like a day or two. Yeah, we stayed in the hospital for like a day or two, so we can get everything clear, so we can go home and take her home. So part 2 would be about, you know, taking her home and getting more into depth about what happened, like with the jumping. This is me just basically just summarizing everything, so y'all know what to look forward to. In part 2, we'll drop part 2 next Friday, like I said earlier in the video. But being able to just bath her for the first time, like, I'm doing a lot of stuff because I just want to see what it was like, and I really love the experience of being a father. I just accidentally bumped my mic. Like I said, it's hard for me to explain, but it's just so easy for me to just picture in my head. So me doing everything I can. Like, I fed her first bottle. Like, they wanted to breastfeed, but I'm not a big, like, I have nothing against breastfeeding, but it's just how it is, because the baby gets clinged onto her mother, and it'll be hard for the father to watch her. She's breastfed, depending on how you do it. So she didn't want the milk. Like, they were trying to breastfeed her, and she just didn't want to take it. So they gave me the bottle, and she drank everything from me. I burped her for the first time. She threw up on me. Like, it was just so, like, fun. Just that day was just, the day she came was just, because I was like a real bear. Like, I was just a bear with their kids. I just didn't want her to leave. I didn't want her to be away from me. Like, because I've been wanting this. Like, I've been waiting for this. Like, having kids is just a huge blessing, because not everybody can have kids, or people go through miscarriages and complications and their baby dies, and it's just a lot. And I'm just very blessed. Like, I thank God every day that my daughter is still here, that I'm blessed to see her every day. She's still here. She has no complications. Everything is fine. She's growing well, and I just love her so much. Like, nothing will ever stop me from loving her. I don't know, man, because I'm lost for words. That's why I'm making a part 2. To re-summarize everything, to go over everything, make sure, like, y'all can get in depth for everything. Part 2 it's going to be a lot longer than this, because this is just to get back into the groove of making videos, because I haven't been making videos, and I'm going to start back making videos for y'all and for me, so I can expand my channel. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't know why. Like if I do have a webcam, so I'm gonna do face cams and stuff, but if y'all was to see my face right now, like, I'm smiling so hard, because all I'm doing is just picturing the day, like, how it went when my daughter was born, and I just can't forget it. I can't let it go. And then, or I might do part 2 of my son. Or I don't know if it's a boy, but I do have another kid on the way, and I'm gonna find out the gender in like a week, or like sometime next week. Depending how, I might post the gender reveal next week, like the results, if it's a boy or not, because I want this to be more than a gaming channel. Like it is a gaming channel, but I want to be able to just do vlogs, do pranks, do a lot of stuff, like, to entertain. Like, my goal is to entertain people and be myself, because I'm not scared to be myself, but it's nothing wrong with being yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I want to be myself and show people how I can be an entertainer, and probably make my own TV show or make my own network or something. But yeah, so basically, getting back to my daughter's situation, we took her home, and like the first day home from the hospital, like, basically she just slept majority of the time and just stayed in her swing. I would hold her, to change her diaper. Oh my God, her first poop diaper was so much discharge. I just I almost threw up because it was just so black and moldy and like discharged, just the stuff after pregnancy. That was her poop. So yeah, it's gonna be a part 2. Excuse me. Yeah, it's really gonna be a part 2 to get more in depth. I'm just doing part 1 to get back into the groove of YouTube and get in ready. I'm gonna have a video out sometime either tomorrow or tonight, and I think y'all are gonna love that video. That video might do numbers. But like I said, man, part 2 is coming out next Friday. I'm gonna be more in depth. I'm gonna be more comfortable. I'm gonna be more relaxed, and I'm gonna be opening up and be myself more because I just want to get back into this YouTube, man. But like I said, it's your boy Fred Mill, man, and I hope y'all like this. I don't even expect this to do views. I know part 2 is gonna do more because I'm gonna get it more in depth. I'm gonna put more pictures down and just make sure y'all feel me on part 2 from when I got jumped into when she was pregnant. But like I said, it's Fred Mill, man, and I'm back. Consistent bangers, and I want y'all to like, subscribe, and if you're new, just tap in with me, and also follow me on Twitter at FredMillG. And I'm out, man. Peace.
I'm all about my fans. I'm paper cuts on hands. I'm rocking with my day one. What's up with 2 new friends? You down to fuck or what? Little homie, what's the plan? Ain't talking that 600 shit. I mean, I